All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And they try the sweep to Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Jameis to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Mahomes to the former Ram, Sammy Watkins, for the Kansas City first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back.
Hey,
there wasn't
welcome
a
to
hole
the
open in the
stream.
zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there,
TJ,
you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him,
not my
got a
franchise,
couple more
but
downs to
there's
play
more ahead.
with.
So if you want the information,
Here's 2nd and
click
10 now from the
info and
35.
after the game, we'll get you in. PlayStation 4, baby. Let's go.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Ship. Watch the ship. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Mahomes hit. He lost the
There we
football.
go, baby.
And the
Put that in my
Buccaneers have
hand.
it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Ready, black 25. Follow. Green, triple C. Let's go.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
If y'all are new, go ahead and follow if you like.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Ready, black 22. Got.
A give to Jones.
My man Jones.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Follow.
On 1st and 10, Winston. The left side caught by Diggs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
We up, 7-0. We up, y'all. We up.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready, green 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
There's no mail.
Right around the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defensive arm of the quarterback is it. Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
4 down. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Second down, Winston. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready, black 22. Follow. Green, triple C. Let's go.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
My other guy hit me up. I got one more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Ready, blue whitey. 27.
To throw is Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended target was Chris Godwin. And that'll make it third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Ready. Blue ready. Hey,
They'll throw again. Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete.
Hey, what are you
And
doing?
he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. Jameis now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
So turn off the light.
ready. Flag. Easy, easy, easy. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Sonic.
Jameis again. Out to his left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Again, anybody that is tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody that is tuning in, on an accident I stopped the stream. But that was earlier, so I apologize if anything.
Ready. Blue ready. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Now Jones. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Ready. Black 22.
Winston now. That's complete right around the 8. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Get him, boy. Get him.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
Sonic. Ready. Blue ready. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Hey, sub. Let's go. Check. 48. Let's go.
Here's Winston. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Tyreek Hill on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Mahomes to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Over the middle, Dorsett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. To throw, Winston. Now he's going to let it go deep. Back over. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but
Blue
fell
45.
incomplete.
Blue 45. Z.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Mahomes now on 1st down. Wide open receiver, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. A first trip to the red zone for KC. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Slow.
Now it's Mahomes again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Z.
Mahomes to throw once more. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90. 53's the mic. Slow.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Butker able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, good move. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He's going to wind up in air, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Slow. Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Ready. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. A nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll go again to Jones. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Ready. Blue 80. Green triple C. Green triple C. Sonic. Flags up.
Third and short yardage. Winston. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
53 is the mic.
Again, it's Henderson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ready. Green 39.
Mahomes now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
3 down, 3 down. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue 45.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 4. Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Now Scarborough. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down. Ready. Blue 45.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
Ready.
They come out here in the
90.
eye.
Green 90.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And the kick by Butker is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
big guys up front, You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're back now in KC. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth.
Let's go now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You got 4. Ready. Blue lady.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue lady. Check 52. Let's go.
1st down, Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Green, triple C. Ready. Blue lady. Green, triple C.
Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Ready. Back 25 behind. Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Here's Winston. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Jameis to throw it. And he's going to go down here as sacked. They push him back to the 34. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
Green, triple C. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Sonic.
3rd and long for Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Ready? White 25.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Slow. Here we go now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Bang. Ace. 57.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, Dorsett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The give is to Jones. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Let's go now.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
This is Jones. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Let's go.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Ready.
To throw is Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Now Winston. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Ready. White 25. Sonic. Let's go.
Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. And the return will stop right around the 25. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Winston here to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A second down throw for Winston. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
3 down. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston dancing to his left. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will make this now an 18-point ball game. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
One final try from Mahomes. Now a desperation throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bucs, they do finish things out with a victory here in the final week, but the victories were few and far between as they'll end the year 5-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.